Hi and welcome to Best in Tesla. BMW's EV sales has basically stalled over the last 12 months. But I think I know some of the reasons why that is, as BMW's CEO is out saying conflicting messages and confusing its customers like no one else, and is straight up lying to our faces about information that is widely available for everyone to look up, and something everyone with an EV knows is a lie. So let's check out this mess BMW is in because of the bad leadership. And let's dive right in. So BMW is confusing its customers. Hybrids are good and hydrogen cars are the next hip thing. And look, we got EVs because we have no planet B. But wait, you don't want to buy those EVs because you can't travel long on those EVs. You want to buy our ICE cars instead. And e-fuels is good to get the emission down on existing fleet. So BMW is just one big mess right now. They're all over the place with e-fuel, hybrids, hydrogen cars, EVs and so on. And Oliver Zipse is very much against the phase-out of combustion engines by 2035, as he said. And where do people charge all the electric cars? Zipse asked. There will be no nationwide infrastructure for electric cars in Europe in 2035. Do you think that in 12 years' time there will be a charging station in every village in regions like southern Italy? No, Zipse. There already is, today. Either this is just lying to try to get people to buy their ICE cars instead, or Zipse is extremely stupid or misinformed about electric cars and the charging infrastructure. Well, when you're not really helping building out the charging infrastructure, you might not know too much about it. But this is just so embarrassing coming from BMW. If you have been following my channel for a while, you know I have been going on road trips with my family all over Europe, all the way up to the northern part of Norway, above the Arctic Circle, both in summer but also in the freezing winter, to all the way down to Croatia and Rome, through the Alps and much, much more. And yes, we even charged our EV in a little hotel in a little mountain village close to Salzburg in Austria, or at the hotel at our skiing resort. So charging infrastructure is not just about the charging stations, which there are plenty of at the moment compared to the amount of EVs we have right now, but it's also about the charging at home, as some people that lives in a house will probably do 90% of the time, as I do, and also at hotels, shopping malls, at the gym and much, much more. And here in my country, Circle K and Q8 gas station have all put up hundreds of charging stalls all over the country, and is even now showing the charging rates on signs just next to the very expensive gas prices. And every single day there are more chargers being built. Tesla, all on their own, build more than 30 charger stalls every single day around the world. Tesla celebrated its 45,000 superchargers in April this year, and that's not even including their 40,000 destination chargers. That is also very important. But only 5 months later, they celebrated their 50,000 supercharger installed. So today, we have 30 more Tesla superchargers than yesterday. And tomorrow we will have 30 more. And that's just Tesla. And as you can see, not just from my road trips, but on these maps, there are chargers everywhere here in Central Europe. And here in my country, gas stations are really starting to get the memo. They need to put up chargers. In just the last 3 months of Q3, there were at least 221 stalls with at least 100 kilowatt plus charging speed installed in my little country. And you can see Tesla is of course leading the way as in many places, but we can see that gas stations like Circle K and Q8 already have over 100 or over 200 100 plus kilowatt chargers in Denmark. Hopefully Shell will join these gas stations and up their game a bit, as they only have 17 stalls available, so quite far behind the others here in Denmark. But as you can see, they are already chargers everywhere. Yes, even in the south of Italy. Here is a PlugShare map of Sicily. It doesn't get more South Italy than that, Zipser, and as you can see, there are chargers everywhere on the island already today. And you think there will be nothing there in 12 years? Oh my god. And combine that knowledge with that there are 100 of new charging points being built every single day. How this man, the CEO of one of the most renowned car companies on the planet, can with a straight face say this false and embarrassing thing to the public is just unbelievable. And before everyone starts screaming about the grid can't handle it, people usually forget that the grid is also being disrupted as well as the car is being disrupted. We are seeing more and more houses come almost completely off the grid and take their EV off the grid as well with their solar and batteries. Here is just a chart from Germany where we can see the home battery and solar system have exploded over the first half of 2023. And we are seeing more and more big industrial battery plants being installed all over Europe, and more will come, which is very important for stabilizing the grid and providing the necessary and required energy buffer that someone like Tesla is able to do with their virtual machine mode. Software that makes Tesla's energy storage the one to choose over the competition. They started implementing the virtual machine mode last summer. The first to test it out was of course Hornsdale Power Plant in South Australia. The product was even revealed by Neoen, the French energy company that owns the Hornsdale Power Plant, announcing that it obtained approval to offer the world's first grid-scale inertia service through Tesla's technology. Hornsdale Power Reserve is the first big battery in the world to deliver grid-scale inertia service, thanks to Tesla's pioneering virtual machine mode technology. As more wind and solar power replace fossil fuel generation, less mechanical inertia is available on the grid, removing a natural stability buffer in the case of a grid disturbance. Tesla's virtual machine mode is designed to address these stability challenges by virtually emulating mechanical inertia. Megapacks built-in inverters with virtual machine mode create a grid-forming dynamic that provide grid strength, respond to added or rejected loads, and maintains quality voltage at the point of interconnection. In South Australia, the Hornsdale Power Reserve alone can provide up to 3,000 megawatt seconds of inertia by using virtual machine mode, roughly half of the state's entire inertia needs from just this one battery plant, thanks to Tesla's software. So before you start screaming about the grid can't handle it, it can, and it will, as it gets much better, as it is also being disrupted with renewables and storage system and software and much more. So if you wonder why BMW's EV sales have basically stalled for the last 12 months, I think we can give some of the credit to the conflicting messages BMW is sending out to the public. Buy our EV. No, don't buy our EV because you can't drive anywhere. There is no charging infrastructure, and there will not be any charging infrastructure for the next 12 years to come. But at the same time, you of course also need a compelling EV. And it's not like BMW doesn't have a compelling EV, but as we can see in my country, German's neighbor, we have a lot of EVs to choose from now. And Tesla has just made their EVs so compelling with the price cuts and the refresh and the volume they can bring to us. In 2022, the average selling price in Denmark was 360,000 Danish crowns, and the Tesla Model 3 refresh starts at 340,000 Danish crowns. So close to $3,000 less than the average selling price in Denmark. And the Model 3 refresh is no average car. So just as we saw in the US, the average selling price has reached $50,000, but Tesla's average selling price in the first 6 months of this year was about $44,000. So of course, when someone like BMW comes out with a car like their brand new iX2 that is a direct competitor with the Model Y, they need to bring their A game for people to choose that over the Model Y. As I showed in my news show, the BMW iX2 loses on all specs and is 2,000 euros more expensive in Germany than the Model Y, with less safety score and less compelling software as well. And combine that with Tesla's charging network that works just seamlessly with the car, and you just plug it in and that's it, and the Tesla knows where all the stations are and will plan them into the navigation. It pretty quickly becomes a no-brainer to get the Model Y over most of the EVs that BMW has to offer, like the iX3. That is a decent electric car as well from BMW, but compared to the long-range Model Y in my country, it's hard to even call it competition when the BMW is $13,000 more expensive, but has less of everything, including cargo space, towing capacity, range, charging speed, performance, you name it. So no wonder that the Model Y is just outselling any other EV model in Europe and anywhere else, but it's also become the best-selling car in the world. And here in Denmark, it's the best-selling car, and Tesla is the best-selling brand of any kind. And when we look at the Model Y and the BMW iX3, they are not really in the same league, even though they should be in the same market segment, but you don't really see that on the sales numbers. The Model Y sits on the #1 spot here in Denmark with over 12,000 units sold, and we have to go quite a long way down the list to find the BMW iX3 with just over 600 units sold. Can't really call that competition when you outsell the competition by 20 to 1. And Oliver Zipse also pointed out that his company already sells twice as many electric cars in China, for example, as his competitors Mercedes-Benz and Audi combined. But in contrast to BMW, the competitors he's just talked about have officially committed themselves to phase out the combustion engines. BMW has not. They think they will sell ICE cars for decades to come, but maybe also EVs, and maybe also hybrids, and maybe also hydrogen cars, and maybe get in on the action on e-fuels that still pollutes the air we breathe, I just might want to add. But BMW is just confusing customers with conflicting messages. How anyone can believe anything Oliver says, again, is beyond me. When he can be so stupid to lie straight to our faces about information that is widely available for anyone to look up, and everyone that already owns an EVs, which is millions, knows that is a lie. He has lost all credibility and is steering BMW down the road, or should I say, roads to nowhere. It is hard to find a company more in disarray right now than BMW. At least companies like GM and Ford that are also in big trouble, but at least they know which way to go. The future for them is all electric, but BMW is not sure. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.